Chinese President Xi Jinping and South Korean President Myung have held their second summit in just 2 months. This time, the talks took place in Beijing, Li's first visit to China since taking office, and the first by a South Korean president in several years. The meeting comes at a sensitive moment as geopolitical tensions rise across the Asia-Pacific region. South Korea finds itself walking a diplomatic tightrope. China is its biggest trading partner, a vital destination for exports and a major source of imports. At the same time, Seoul relies heavily on its security alliance with the United States, even as relations between Beijing and Washington and Beijing and Tokyo remain strained. Li's decision to visit China before an expected trip to Japan later this month signals how carefully Seoul is trying to balance its priorities. Money was high on the agenda. Analysts say both sides see economic cooperation as the easiest path to stabilizing ties. China remains central to South Korea's manufacturing supply chains, while South Korean technology and consumer goods remain important to Chinese markets. Both leaders stressed the need for closer communication and more frequent engagement, at least on economic issues. But the relationship goes far beyond trade. China plays a key role in regional security, especially when it comes to North Korea. Just hours before Li left for Beijing, Pyongyang fired hypersonic missiles into waters off the Korean Peninsula, underlining the urgency of coordination. Li called for closer cooperation with China to bring North Korea back to dialogue, even as Pyongyang continues to reject engagement. Despite the warm language, major disagreements were largely avoided. Contentious issues like Taiwan, China's maritime activity in the Yellow Sea, and tensions in the South China Sea were not directly addressed. China has increased military pressure around Taiwan, while South Korea has tried to maintain a cautious, balanced stance, supporting the One China policy without committing to military involvement. The silence reflects how sensitive these issues remain. Instead of hard security talk, Xi highlighted shared historical experiences, including resistance to Japanese militarism during World War II. Li echoed themes of long-standing neighborly ties and shared struggles for sovereignty. Analysts say this emphasis on history helps soften tensions, but doesn't resolve strategic differences. For Seoul, the United States remains the cornerstone of its security. South Korea hosts nearly 30,000 US troops and continues to deepen defense cooperation with Washington. Recent agreements include expanded industrial cooperation and plans for advanced military capabilities, moves widely seen as part of broader efforts to counter China's regional influence. The Xili summit shows both countries want stability and need each other, economically and strategically. But deep differences remain, especially on security and regional power dynamics. For now, the reset looks cautious and limited, focused on dialogue, not dramatic breakthroughs. In a region defined by rivalry and uncertainty, even that may be progress.